The sea breeze gently rustled through the palm trees lining the road leading to San Ventura International Airport, a coastal city in Southern California, where everything seemed glamorous, but wasn't always welcoming. That night, 23-year-old Alina Monroe stepped off the flight from Chicago, her eyes tired but resolute. She wore a faded denim jacket, high-waisted trousers, and pulled a worn olive-green carry-on suitcase. No one could tell from her simple appearance that she was the daughter of one of the most powerful figures in the private aviation industry. Curtis Monroe, founder of Monarch SkyLine, the airline holding most VIP contracts on the West Coast. Alina disliked the spotlight and never used her father's influence for special treatment. But that didn't mean others wouldn't try to pull her out of her quiet world. As she passed through the domestic arrivals gate, a man in a security uniform stepped out from the shadows near a luggage cart pillar. Without introduction, he flashed his badge close to her face. "Hey, stop. We need to do a quick check." Alina turned, showing no emotion. "I already cleared security in Chicago. This is baggage claim." "We have the right to perform additional screening at any time," he said evenly, but his eyes held suspicion. The man was Officer Tyson Greer, a security agent notorious for his strictness, often picking targets to train his instincts. Tonight, his instincts had chosen Alina. She glanced around. Other passengers were passing by freely. A white man behind her carried a massive duffel bag but wasn't stopped. "Specific reason?" she asked calmly. "Just a routine check. Show me your boarding pass and ID." Alina handed over her first-class boarding pass and her driver's license. Greer stared at the ticket, then sneered. "First class? That's surprising." Alina narrowed her eyes. "Why? Am I not qualified for first class?" He didn't answer, just smirked and asked, "Who booked your ticket?" "My father." "Must be pretty rich," Greer said, scanning her ID as if hoping to find a flaw. As the pointless interrogation dragged on, passengers started to stop and watch. A barista at the coffee counter pulled out her phone to record. A luggage attendant pretended to check tags but kept his eyes on them. Alina's voice stayed steady. "What exactly are you looking for? Or are you just trying to prove something to yourself?" Greer moved closer. "Don't get smart with me. You're guessing who I am, but you're wrong." With a slow motion, Alina pulled out her phone and dialed a contact saved as Dad. "Dad," she said as the call connected. "I'm at Terminal 12, San Ventura Airport. A security officer thinks I shouldn't be here." His voice was calm and clear. "All right. Don't say anything else. I'm on my way." The call ended. Greer chuckled. "Oh, calling Daddy to scare me?" "No need to scare," Alina replied. "You're doing that yourself." 5 minutes later, 2 black SUVs pulled up at the VIP area, a place usually off-limits to parking. Curtis Monroe stepped out of the first car, wearing a dark gray suit, his face expressionless but his eyes sharp enough to freeze the room. Leona Vasquez, the airport security manager, appeared almost immediately, radio still in hand. "Mr. Monroe," she said, "I apologize. This." "Not her," he interrupted, eyes fixed on Greer. "It's him." Greer straightened. "I'm just doing my job." You see a black woman in first class and immediately think she doesn't belong. Curtis stepped within inches of Greer. And instead of checking her ticket, you checked her dignity. Greer swallowed hard. The atmosphere thickened, suffocating. Nearby TSA agents slowly backed away, sensing the storm brewing. "Do you know who I am yet?" Curtis asked, quietly but firmly. "I'm not a politician, nor do I need cameras to prove my point. I have the power to change how security officers are assigned in this terminal. And I'm starting with you." Greer said nothing. The name Monarch SkyLine was no longer a distant rumor. It stood before him, real and imposing. Curtis turned to his daughter. "Did he touch you?" "No." "Did he threaten you?" "Not outright, but enough to make me feel small." "That's enough." His gaze hardened like steel. "From now on, you won't work here anymore. Not because I want revenge, but because I won't let anyone else go through this again." He then walked away, leading Alina out of the terminal. As they passed the silent onlookers, no one spoke, but their eyes told the story. They had just witnessed something unusual. Not a confrontation, but a lesson in power used wisely. Once inside the SUV, Alina rested her head against the window, sighing. "So, that's justice, Dad?" Curtis nodded. "No. It's just the beginning. True justice is when you never have to call me again over something like this." The SUV rolled away, disappearing into the night. And in that sleepless city, one officer learned a hard lesson. Sometimes, power doesn't lie in the badge, but in how others respond when you abuse it.